often when we stuff up and when we make a mistake, we tend to think that our value, we tend to think that our worth has somehow been disqualified because we forget that we're human and we forget that when we make a mistake that we have to be perfect. And so oftentimes our value and our worth is placed on how good we are and how good we can be. And when we forget that we're all human beings and none of us are perfect, that identity in our value and the identity in our worth is placed on unrealistic expectation of ourselves to be someone and to be something that we can never be. And so the reason why you're valued is because you were born on purpose for a purpose. You were born for a reason. And sometimes it might seem like that's such a difficult thing to believe, that's such a difficult thing to comprehend, because in your comprehension you feel like, well, I stuffed up again. Like, I stuffed up like 5 times last week. Like, what is wrong with me? Well, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that because we live in a fallen world and we live in a world that's broken, each and every one of us isn't perfect. And so each and every one of us stuffs up and we make mistakes. And we can't allow ourselves to continuously think that because we stuff up, because we make mistakes, that we can't be valued, that we can't honor ourselves enough to realize our potential and to realize the truth that we've all got a purpose and we're all born for a reason. Oftentimes the reason why our brokenness is elevated beyond our potential is because we've made so many mistakes, and sometimes those mistakes are the exact same ones that we keep making. But also the thing about addiction is that whenever you have a relapse, you need to remind yourself of the promise that you have life and life to the full, and who the sun sets free is free indeed. When you have a relapse in your struggle, in your addiction, it's not because you can't overcome, it's because when we stop reminding ourselves of our promises and of our purpose, our pain is edified above our potential. And so the reason why you are valued and the reason why you are loved is because you're the only one that has the purpose and the story that God has given you. And no one else can live the life that He has called you to live. No one else can live out the purpose that only He has given you. You can't tap someone else on the shoulder and expect them to live out that story and to live out that purpose when you're the only one that God has given that story, when God has given you that plan and purpose to live out. And sometimes we feel like we're not valued and we're not loved because we're damaged goods, because we're too far gone, because we've stuffed up too many times before. And the thing is, every single one of us is a human being. Every single one of us has an amazing purpose and an amazing future, an incredible life to live. And when you stop reminding yourself of that truth, your identity becomes your mistakes. Your identity becomes the past things that you've done and never the future things that you can possibly achieve. You are valued and you are loved.